Hey, this is Mr. Preston. Today we're going to be doing multiplying radicals. So the last two videos we learned a lot of the properties about radicals. We learned about simplifying radicals with and without variables. So we did it with numbers and with variables. So we're going to use a lot of those skills to help us when multiplying radicals today. So to multiply these radicals, square root of 6 times the square root of 10, we're going to be using the product property, which simply tells us the square root of a times b is equal to the square root of a times b. So this is my a, this is my b. All I have to do here is bring these together. So 6 times 10, which is just equal to the square root of 60. Then from here, all I need to do is simplify my radical. The biggest perfect square that I can pull out is 60. Remember, these are the perfect squares that I see most frequently. 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. How do we get them? Well, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16. So remember, our goal of simplifying radical is pulling out every perfect square we can so that this right here becomes smaller. Our radicand becomes smaller. Okay, so we have the square root of 4 times the square root of 15, which simplifies to 2 square root 15. And that's it. You know, as we discussed in previous videos, always ask yourself, can the square root of 15 or can the square root of whatever we have be further broken down? Well, can 4 be pulled out? No. Can 9? Can 16? No. Then it is simplified. Okay, let's say we have the negative 3 square root 15 times negative 6 square root 10. This is pretty straightforward. All we have to do here is multiply what's before the radical, what's outside, together. So multiply what's outside. So negative 3 times negative 6 is 18. Then multiply what's inside, or what's under the radical. 10 times 15 is 150. Okay, now what I need to do is, I need to break down the square root of 150. So I can see I have my perfect squares up here. I know, I like to think about this like $1.50, right? So I know that quarters go in $1.50. So how many quarters would I have in $1.50? Well, I'd have 6. So this is the square root of 25 times the square root of 6. The square root of 25 is simply 5. And so 5 square root of 6. Are we done? Nope. We've got to bring down our 18. So this is 18 times 5 square root 6. 18 times 5 square root 6. Well, 20 times 5 is 100. 18 times 5 would be 10 less, which is 90. So this is 90 square root 6. So all we did here is we multiplied what was on the outside, multiplied what was on the inside, and then we broke it down. And after we broke it down, we had to multiply 5 by what was in front of the radical after we did our first step. Let's look at one more. Okay, we should be able to be pretty quick and pretty proficient with this by the end of the video. Negative 4 times negative 6, 24. 10 times 5, 50. What can I pull out of 50? Well, I can pull out 25. The square root of 25, that is. What's the square root of 25? 5. So we have 5. Bring down my 24. 24 times 5 square root 2. 120 square root 2. That's pretty much all there is to multiplying radicals. If you're struggling with simplifying some of these radicals, then you should probably go back and watch the first 2 videos again. But if you're not, then this should be pretty straightforward. Next, we'll be dividing radicals.